Hey, it's the beer video, and I think so. I think this is the first one that I have ever done with an injury. Helen, I can't hear anything you're saying.
Oh no.
Oh, there you go. Got you now. Uh,
Oh,
I hurt myself in the stupidest way possible this week. I was bending over to fill up my water bottle, and it felt like somebody stabbed me in the lower back. Yeah. So that was Wednesday afternoon. I basically was completely out of commission on Wednesday. I was in bed all day trying to work. I was working. Um, I feel better now, like I can get around and everything. And I took the dog for 2 walks today, so it's better, but yeah, I'm old. I took you away from a K-pop something?
oh. I don't know. I was listening to that one BTS song I like. Um, I hope this doesn't like do anything to our algorithm and like sick the stands on us or whatever, but like I don't know. I like the song Dynamite. It's a good song. I enjoy it. And I think it's made more enjoyable by the fact that every member of BTS looks like a woman that hit on me at a gay bar when I was like 20.
It might be, who knows? I just got off of it's kind of similar, like you don't have to defend things you like. I mean, nobody should do that. If you like stuff, that's all you need. I'm on a Rush message or a Rush group on it's actually a Rush slash Star Trek group on Facebook. I don't know the first thing about Star Trek, but I do know a lot about Rush. And there was somebody complaining about how music is bad today, and they put the lyrics up to Free Will versus some Nicki Minaj song, like the lyrics. And I don't know what song it is because I don't know anything about Nicki Minaj, but
Ho, which is just her repeating the words "you a stupid hoe" over and
that's it.
over.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And so
Um,
this person wrote, "I'm not old. Our music, music now is just bad." And I was like, "That's bullshit. No, it's not. It's fine. Like you can compare the lyrics. Fine, you can do that. But I think you are old. I think that's the problem. So modern pop music doesn't relate to you. That's fine. It doesn't have to. You don't have to like the song, but you don't have to say like this song is not worthy of Rush because says who? If somebody
well,
likes the song,
no,
it's a fuck.
I have my complaints about Nicki Minaj, whatever. Like, but people always bring up stupid hoe, but like the woman has written some genuinely like good rhymes. Like, so I mean, like maybe if you're gonna use her as like some example of like shit you hate in pop music, like don't pick her lowest common denominator stuff.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's plenty of stupid songs that have been written throughout history that have been popular songs. Who cares? Like, don't compare just because like, oh, I'm smarter because I like this Rush song versus this Nicki Minaj song. Because the other thing I pointed out was, dude, a fucking ton more people know the Nicki Minaj song than they know the Rush song. Okay, so she apparently did something right. So don't compare the things. Like, if people like the song, let them like it. Who cares? It doesn't take anything away from Rush. Ugh.
Honestly, I would find writing like a simplistic bad rhyme less embarrassing than writing a whole album about Ayn Rand, but you know,
Don't disagree. Yeah, exactly. I don't disagree at all. So there you go. That's been our soliloquy on pop music. Fuck everybody. I'm really mad because I bought something today that I meant to bring on to the beer video just to upset you. Um, but I bought a Dave Bautista pop vinyl today. Sort of, sort of. What I actually bought was the Beast Harkonnen pop vinyl figure because the Doom 2 pop vinyls are out, and I lost my mind, and I was so excited. I wasn't running through the store. I know, I see the look. I'm sorry. next week.
Well, next week actually, I think is when Matt and I are seeing Dune 2.
Oh, see that? It'll
So
be Spice
I
Week.
in my I don't have my pocket knife in reaching range, but because you bought a Funko Pop, fuck you. Uh, may your knife chip and shatter.
Yeah. Uh, oh, I have my knife. That's what I was looking for. So here, I'll lend you my knife. Here you go.
Nice mall ninja knife, Ryan.
This is an old knife. It's actually not very sharp. This is my grandfather's knife. And he gave this to me. So I have it in my work drawer in case I need to threaten somebody on a team call. It's in my desk drawer. Helen, I went first last week, so that means you go first this week,
Oh yeah, okay.
and I'm gonna put the
So
sticker on. Go ahead.
so I've got a bit of a sad story to share with y'all is Fair State Brewing Co-op, one of the best breweries in the area, recently filed for bankruptcy. And that's mostly because they didn't get like pandemic help because the fact that they're organized as a co-op made it like kind of hard for them to like ask for that.
Yeah.
So they filed for bankruptcy, not the liquidation kind of bankruptcy, but just the reorganization kind of bankruptcy. So a lot of people have kind of gone out of their way to support them and like make sure they can keep going, and that includes me. I got this can here.
Ooh.
This strong friend moves. It is a hoppy pilsner. I usually don't care for pilsners, but actually I will retain an open mind here. I got the Pupper's glass. My friend took me to see some Letterkenny cast members do stand-up comedy, and it was really great. So
While
I
you're
was meant I was mentioning actually the beer video. I was like, man, Brian's got like an endless collection of novelty glassware. I just have the Pupper's glass.
It's all right. I have tons of glasses, and each week I'm like, I can't pick one, which happened today.
What do we got? This smells like just kind of a nice domestic beer, basically.
Yeah. It looks like a classic beer. I mean, it just looks like a beer,
Yes. Hmm.
which is fine. Yeah.
Yeah. This is a classic. This tastes like a pretty standard Pilsner. Um, my one complaint, such as it is this was advertised to me as a hoppy Pilsner, and I can't taste much hops.
Hmm.
But honestly, it's fine.
Yeah. Outside of the ordinary hops.
Yeah, well, I can kind of taste it now, like a little bit of a fruity flavor. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is basically just like a better take on a kind of those ordinary domestic beers like Hams or PBR or what have you.
Yeah. Yeah. If
Mm,
you like want to encourage somebody who's like, I get that's uh yeah, like when people are like, yeah, I'm getting bored of, drinking Budweiser or whatever, like what's something I can power up to? And that's probably a good choice. Like it's not going to be too far from your comfort zone, but it's a better quality product.
yeah, you can do those styles well, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I told you that I had Dogfish had made a Pilsner. It was based on the band Guided by Voices, and it was called Beer Thousand. And I had that whenever I was in Rehoboth, and it was a Pilsner, but it was like 10% alcohol. It was good. It was just like, I'm not gonna buy a case of it, but just for a regular run-of-the-mill Pilsner, one that was obviously very alcoholic, yeah, it was fine. Yeah. Not my favorite beer, but inoffensive and actually pretty good. Yeah.
You want a check?
What's that?
Do we want to do a shirt check?
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead first?
Okay, so this is my Gallery Fjalar shirt. Gallery Fjalar is a art gallery in Bergen, Norway that's owned by Gaahl and his boyfriend.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great little art gallery, and I love that it's like in the middle of the most touristy part of Bergen. I have seen like tourists come in there and seen like, they see like the art of like gay men getting flogged on the walls and
Yeah.
just like straight up like heel turn and march out of there.
Um, that's where you got is that the same place where you got the glass, the wine glass?
No,
I
actually,
caught you mid-drink, sorry.
um, tragically, that is not where I got the glass. Though Gall apparently does have a bit of a sense of humor about its own reputation.
That's well,
Um, yeah, I have shared a cab with Gall. Oh yeah, I'm doing a flex here. Um,
I didn't know this. It's the first time I'm hearing this.
yeah, and he turns to me and he's like, "Oh, it's all right. You don't need to. My Norwegian accent's tragic. Sorry about that." But he turns to me and he's like, "Oh, it's all right. You don't need to squish yourself up so much. I am not that frightening." And he meant that to be reassuring. And what I said was, "Ah." And what I thought was, I just read a news article where like a guy tried to break and enter into your home and you held him captive and tortured him for 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he just
Yeah,
meant that, yeah, he wasn't going to do that to you. Like you have to actually earn Gall's vitriol.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, if
And
somebody breaks into your house, yeah, I mean, shit. I endorse
yeah,
it.
it's a bit overkill, but
Break you take a chance breaking into somebody's house. You never know when you're going to break into Gall's house.
and he's gonna show you a bad time.
Mhm. Well, I'm wearing a witching shirt. I may have worn one of their shirts before, but this is the cover of their new album, Incendiary. Wearing a hoodie over it because I am cold. It's my New Japan hoodie. Yeah. But Witching is a boy, they're hard to describe. They're from Philadelphia. I guess you can say their base is doom. But there's definitely a lot of black metal on top of that. A lot of other things too. Yeah, their new record's really cool, ambitious, and kind of daring. It's really pushed them beyond into kind of that's what I'm saying. It's hard to describe them because you can't really put them in a category and be comfortable with it. That's why I'm saying like Doom is a base, but there's so much other stuff there. And Jackie Powell, who's their singer, who's an incredibly nice human being, by the way. Um, if you listen to the record, you could come away thinking that they had three different singers, and they don't. It's her doing everything. So she really shows her dexterity on this record, and highly recommended. It was in my top 40. I don't remember what position it was in, but Witching, yeah. And I'm going to put this. We got a request from our favorite viewer, um, who said that when we talk about music, if we could put that in the description. And that's my fault because I write the description and I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. I should do that. So I'm gonna put that in the description this week, witching, and even I'll put in Gall and some of his stuff too. So if you want to look up Gall and Gorgoroth and
Yeah, Gall's word.
Gall's
Or
word.
yeah, that band's really good. I've seen
Mhm.
them at a couple of festivals and like amazing, actually.
Yeah, so we'll put that and I'm gonna talk about if I remember, I'm gonna talk about another band later. We'll see if I remember, and if I do, I'll put that in the thing as well. But My beer. I know, Helen, I've done one of their beers before, but it's been recently that Three Floyds now has penetration in the Pittsburgh market. I used to have to drive to Ohio to get their stuff. You like because I said penetration? Yeah. Um, so I was out at the beer store tonight trying to look for some stuff, and I found this one that I've never had before. It's called Cimmerian Sabertooth Berserker. It's a double IPA, 9% alcohol by volume. And there are the Berserkers on the cover. It's hard to kind of see because it's sort of a dark can, and my lighting is not so good. But yeah, here they are. There are the boys there, doing some battle. And in the seemingly endless cruelty, battle, and strife of the Hyperborean age, a warrior has but two pleasures: decimating one's enemies in battle and a horn of Sumerian saber-toothed berserker. So just those two things. That's it. Apparently not a lot of fucking going on, which is fine. Uh,
Spelled?
what's that?
How is Cimmerian spelled?
Oh, I might be saying this wrong. Cimmerian.
Okay, cool. So I was just trying to make sure because Sumerian,
Oh,
Sumerian,
yeah, yeah.
actual ancient civilization. Sumerian, the way you spelled it, is that's Conan the Barbarian's fake civilization.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, drink that. Learn the riddle of steel.
Yeah, oh, I thought no, it just says it's not normal on here. Yeah. Yeah, there's no real reference to Conan the Barbarian, but that's okay. And I'm drinking out of an Iron Maiden Killer's glass. Why not? So, let's rip this thing open.
I
See what
was mentioning to my friend that gave me this glass. I was like, well, you know, I've got a weekly Zoom call with my buddy about beer, and like he's got 10,000 novelty glasses. I just have the Puppers glass.
yeah. It's all right. It looks like an IPA. It's nice and dark golden. Maybe a little bit of a reddish hue there. I don't know. Oh yeah, that just smells like a nice, juicy, hoppy IPA. I don't think there's going to be a lot of surprises here, but there doesn't need to be. So, excuse me. Let's sorry, I've got like a little bit of a burp in my chest. Probably not the best time to launch into a beer, but let's do it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a double IPA. Um, if you've had one, you know what they taste like. It is not too bitter. It's a little on the lower end of the bitter side, but there definitely is some bitterness. Um, the hop taste just coats your tongue. And that head that you can see, that's sort of a creamy little head here. Yeah. This is good. This is a not that I, expected a Three Floyds beer wasn't going to be good, but oh, I'm getting more bitterness now. The second taste a little bit more bitter. So maybe I say this every time I drink an IPA. Yeah, if you're not a fan of the bitterness quotient, this may not be for you. I don't think they have the IBUs on here. No, just the alcohol, which is 9%. Yeah, this is nice. It tastes it. I like the bitterness. Kind of like as I'm talking now, it's kind of really sinking in. I like that. Um, the hops is they're juicy, they're pretty juicy, a little bit of a citrus taste to it, not overwhelmingly so. um yeah, this is just a nice solid double IPA. You know, it's amazing how easily you can fuck one of these up, and I've had plenty that have been. This is just solid as they come. You really can't go wrong with most of what Three Floyds puts out. So again, I'm happy that they're in Pittsburgh finally. And yeah, I will be enjoying the rest of this as I watch the final two episodes of The Bear once we're done. Excuse me. What's wrong?
I'm sorry. There, it's just, I haven't watched it, but like everyone I know that has worked in kitchens since like, oh no. Like that's PTSD for me.
Oh God, I can totally understand that. Yeah. My limited experience in kitchens, very limited. Yeah, that I can definitely see how that's the case. But you know, the other thing that gives there's some PTSD in it is just flat out mental illness. Um there was an episode because we have two more left in season two, and there's an episode called Fishes that I'm not trying to be hyperbolic. I know I'm using that word right. I'm not trying to be, but here I am. It's one of the best episodes of television of any series I've ever watched. Like this one episode is so good. Because not only is it just it's an hour-long episode that takes place 5 years in the past. And it just kind of at the end of the show, you completely understand why every character is the way they are. And most of that is mental illness. And some of it is drug abuse and things like that. So yeah, I love it. I know that it's been like over heaped with praise, but I think it completely deserves it. I think it's a fucking fantastic show. But yeah, I can completely get if you're in that industry, probably not an easy one to watch. I can totally get that. But
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, I still have nightmares sometimes where like the ticket printer is printing a ticket and I can't quite read it.
Yeah. Yeah. They have an episode where they put in an online ordering system and it accidentally gets turned on too early. And when they turn it on, like 250 orders spit out and everybody's fucking it's the shortest episode of the series. I think it's like 22 minutes long. And it is just from front to back, it's complete anxiety. Like it's yeah, I would assume if you worked in that industry and you watched that episode, you probably wouldn't be super happy once it was over because I could just imagine the stress and the mental erosion that would come in from watching that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. What should we talk about? What's out there? What's trying to think. Yeah, it's a weird week.
And that was tragic.
What's that?
CPAC happened. That was tragic.
Oh yeah. And apparently not very well attended, which is hilarious. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I don't know. I'm just I'm start I'm just I think it's with the election coming and just all the bullshit that is always swirling around from. I'm not giving the Democrats any credit. It's not like they're not swirling bullshit too. And I'm about as sick as a lot of the people in that party as anything. But yeah, I don't know. It's like another week, another fucking horrible death in their ongoing culture war that nobody will ever call them out on the table on. And I don't know. I'm just sick of them. I don't know. Can't handle them. You don't seem like you have much to say this week, Helen.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's like can't deal with those fuckers.
Yeah, I know. We complain about them every week, but yeah, I'm just at the point of them where I'm like, I don't know. I can't stomach any more of them. I don't know. What else is I just got here. I'll tell you the thing though, because I sent this the other day. I just got this record this week. Um, there's a local Pittsburgh label called Our Ancient Future that's run by a friend of mine, Jason Head. You met Jason.
Oh, yes, yes. I met Jason at the fest in Norway.
Yes.
Lovely man.
Yes. Yeah. He So anyway, his label put out this is a Pittsburgh kind of like sludge doom band called Ancient Torture. So the vinyl just there's Sauron. So the vinyl just came out and I got my copy this week and it's fucking fantastic. I already heard the record, like I had it on Bandcamp, but like hearing it on the vinyl version of it is a much different experience. They also put out a band called Vicious Blade that I very highly recommend. But yeah, Our Ancient Future, that's
Oh,
another
that
thing.
band's great. Love
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah. They've gotten around a little bit, and their singer is also in Castrator. So Oh, I thought you went away. It's okay, there you go.
Oh, no.
There we go. All right. Sauron, what do you have to say? We're struggling to come up with topics here because we're sick of politics. He's sick of it too. Sauron, I hurt my back filling up a water bottle this week. Am I just too old? All right, no comment. That's fine. Okay. You know, look into the cat for wisdom, and if he doesn't have any, he doesn't have any. There's nothing we can do about that. Now that this is warming up a little bit, man, those hops are coming alive. I always have to remember not to drink things like super cold out of the refrigerator because the flavor comes later. Um, so yeah. So Sauron, what have you been up to this week? What any exciting adventures from your week?
Oh, we took him to the vet, actually.
Yeah, Brody's got to go tomorrow morning. How'd it go, Sauron? Clean bill of health?
Well, we'll find out on Monday, but
Okay.
he was very well behaved.
Well, that's good. Both my cats generally scream and scream and scream the whole way to the vet. And then when they're there, they're fine. And then usually on the way home, they don't scream because I think they realize, like, okay, that shit's over with. I'm going home. But yeah, Brody's got a rash on her belly. And she's been a little irritated about it. So I was supposed to take her on Wednesday, but some dum-dum pulled a muscle in his back and couldn't drive. So now we gotta go to like tomorrow. It's like at noon or like 11:30, so it's not like super early. But yeah, we gotta go see what's up and see how to treat this dumb rash of hers. She's what, 8? We've had her since September. What is that, like 5 months? Something like that. And this is like our fourth trip to the vet. Man, those first couple puppy years, you're just always at the vet. There's always something going on. Sauron, how do you think you would? Yeah, no, yeah. I was say, how would you handle Brody? You probably wouldn't. Probably same as our cats. They just get tackled and scream. Oh, that resonated with him. He looked right at me when I said that. Sorry, Sauron. I'm not trying to give you any fears. Yeah, he's looking right at me. I've done something to him. Sorry, Sauron. I apologize. Um, yeah, it's been the beer video. If you were a wrestling fan tonight on AEW, Brian Danielson is wrestling Jun Akiyama. I cannot tell you how excited I am about that. I have it DVRing because it's probably happening right now. And I don't know, there was a big show in Australia today that I haven't watched yet. It was a WWE show, and I have a hard time talking about them these days because of all the stuff that came out on Vince McMahon. Feeling a little scuzzy, but we do what we do. All right, Helen's gonna go to sleep. We're gonna end the beer video, and yeah, just come back next week when we talk extensively about the presidency of George W. Bush. Ready for that, Helen?
Oh, sure. What about you, bud?
He doesn't know who that is. You're better off. All right, everyone, go drink a beer or something.